Alright, hello students, happy Wednesday. Today we're going to be reading the lesson, Jesus for Pilate. So we're going to start down here. Early Friday morning, the Jewish leaders met at the high priest's house and decided that Jesus should die. But only a Roman ruler could order that someone be put to death. So they took Jesus to the palace of Pilate, the Roman governor of that area. They hoped they could get him to find Jesus guilty of a crime and sentence him to death. Pilate came out of his palace to hear what the Jewish leaders had to say. He asked them, "What charges are you bringing against this man?" They answered, "This man has been making trouble in our land. He has been telling the people not to pay their taxes to the Roman government. He also claims that he is the Messiah, our king." Pilate took Jesus inside his palace to question him privately. "Are you the king of the Jews?" he asked. Jesus answered, "Yes, I am a king. But my kingdom is not an earthly kingdom. I came into this world for one purpose, to teach all of the people the truth. Everyone who believes this truth belongs to my kingdom." "What is the truth?" Pilate asked. Then he went back outside. By now, a large crowd had gathered. Pilate told them, "I have questioned him and have not found him guilty of anything you say he has done. It's clear to me that he has not done anything to deserve death. So I'm going to have him whipped, and then I'll release him." Pilate thought this would satisfy the Jews, but it did not. So Pilate tried something else. "Each year at the Passover time, I release one prisoner to you," he said. "Whom do you want released, Jesus or Barabbas?" He thought the people would choose Jesus, since Barabbas was a murderer. But urged on by the Jewish leaders, the whole crowd cried out, "Release Barabbas." Pilate asked, "What then should I do with Jesus?" "Crucify him, crucify him," they all shouted. Pilate wasn't ready to give in to the Jewish leaders. He thought he could get the people to feel sorry for Jesus. Then Pilate could set him free. So he had his shoulders whip Jesus until his back was torn and bloody. Then the soldiers began to mock Jesus. They placed a purple robe on him and pressed a crown of thorns down on his head. They took a stick and placed it in his right hand as if it were a scepter. Then they took the stick and hit him over the head with it again and again. One by one, they bowed down before him and said, "Hail, King of the Jews." After all this, Pilate brought Jesus back outside. He said to the crowd, "Just look at this man." He felt sure they would be sorry for Jesus. But the people had no pity. They shouted again, "Crucify him, crucify him." "You take him and crucify him," Pilate said. "I don't find him guilty of anything." The Jewish leaders answered, "Our law says that he must die before he claimed to be the Son of God, because he claimed to be the Son of God." When Pilate heard this, he was afraid. He took Jesus back into the palace and asked him, "Where do you come from?" But Jesus did not answer him. This made Pilate angry, and he said, "Do you refuse to talk to me? Don't you know that I have the power to let you go free or to have you nailed to a cross?" "You wouldn't have any power over me at all if God hadn't given you the power," replied Jesus. Jesus' words made Pilate even more anxious to free him. He went out to the crowd, determined to release Jesus, but the leaders threatened Pilate. "Anyone who claims to be a king is rebelling against Caesar. If you let this man go free, you are not being loyal to Caesar." Now Pilate was afraid the Jewish leaders would get him in trouble with Caesar. So he brought Jesus outside again, sat down in his judgment seat, and said, "Here is your king." But the crowd shouted fiercely, take him away, crucify him." "Do you want me to crucify your king?" asked Pilate. "The only king we have is Caesar," they answered. Pilate said that he was not getting anywhere. The crowd was in an uproar. So to satisfy the people, he ordered his soldiers, "Take Jesus away and crucify him." Alright, so that ends our lesson for today. So we're going to end by saying this prayer together. So folding our hands and bowing our head. Dear Jesus, thank you for being willing to endure such horrible suffering so that you could defeat the devil for us and save us. We praise you for your incredible love. Amen. All right, so that is it for today, and have a great day. Bye, students.